Gomera Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeOmeraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeOmeraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeOmeraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Meanie, 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 meanie.
This is the way I test our microphones.
Meanie, ma, meanie, ma, mo, meanie, meanie, ma, mo, meanie, mo, 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 meanie, me, me, me. Caffeine surging through my body right now. I got caffeine surging through my body right now. I got my very high.
You know why they call it a venti? Because it's 20 ounces.
Really?
How long did it take you to drink that 20-ounce tea?
About a minute and a half.
You chugged it.
I chugged it. Well, it's not coffee.
Seconds.
Sipping is not. Look at me. Do I look like a man who sips? I don't sip. I don't take small bites.
He only has one speed.
Yeah, go. Sixth gear.
All I know is, as I have, as many of my friends know,
slowed down on my drinking.
And what do they always say? You take one addiction and you replace it with another addiction.
And in this case, you've started on the treadmill.
And that's true.
All those miles.
Caffeine is becoming my friend again.
Yeah.
With no migraine headaches. And I'm not a coffee drinker because that used to give me migraines. But I have discovered.
Do you think?
Having a Starbucks in the bottom of this building.
We've really improved. We've gone from having a cistern in our dungeon.
Yes.
To having a Starbucks.
Yeah, just in time for me to leave. And I'm going to have to, what I'm going to say? I'm going to have to definitely find a Starbucks down there when I get down to Fort Myers. Because, if I don't have one near my house, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I'm willing to drive far, but not too far, if you know what I mean. That's the way it works.
Do you think you'd be willing to try the coffee train again? Do you think maybe your body has changed?
No. Why should I do that when I get the fantastic Venti Chai Tea Misto Latte with soy milk and 2 equals and an extra tea bag? What's the point of doing that, Rob?
Because you know what? Pretty soon the tea just won't be enough. It's a gateway drink.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Do you think when you have caffeine surging through your body that you need more caffeine?
You don't. Not right now.
Okay, well, that's great. But it is Thursday, isn't it?
Oh, it is. And Mike, here's our song.
It's birthday time.
I know you love it.
I hate this new version. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Birthday.
Happy birthday. Now, tighter and brighter for your listening pleasure. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Jueves.
I'm out of my mind today.
That's the sound of Kai Tea Latte.
Today marks 37 years for Dave Strominger of Buffalo, New York. His name is spelled Strohmenger. He's from Buffalo,
I might say Strominger.
I might say lick it. No,
man.
Dave Strominger. Strominger? Stromenger.
Right.
Strominger? How did you say you were going to say it?
Strominger.
Strominger?
I think so.
Jeez.
Well, he didn't give me any help.
All I know
Yes.
is, check that family lineage.
Yeah.
You might find some of those people that were on the other side of the, the ditch.
That's right.
Over there in WW1 and 2.
Yeah, he fell out of the tower.
What do they call them?
They're
Were
in
they
the wrong
ditches? They weren't
foxhole?
ditches. What? Foxhole.
Yes.
Thank you, Oscar.
Ditches.
At least we're not digging foxholes.
Trench would also have been acceptable.
He would like to start his day with an early morning greeting from Miss Kathleen Turner. Kathleen?
Good morning.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Don Leakich, or Lekitch.
That's it.
Lekitch?
Lekitch.
Is it going to be, all I know is when I do birthdays, if we get one, we get 15. They're
That's
all
right.
going to be, and also Simon Bloggy
Mike, it's not a plot.
All right.
They just have names.
John Lekitch.
Right.
Is nearly 29 and is still, as Oscar would say, a radical liberal.
Oh, yeah.
Can Bill O'Reilly talk some sense into it? Well, we'll have to bring it. Okay. You got John Lekitch. First of all, I don't know what kind of name that is, but he's a problem child.
Does it matter what kind of name it is?
We'll do it live.
No, Bill.
You got John Lekitch over here. He's got all his newfound ideas. As far as he's concerned, just let the Russians take over Crimea. Have him come in there and do that with the Russians massing along the eastern Ukraine. It's really ridiculous.
Hey, Bill.
Hi, Rob.
Have you ever had a chai tea latte?
Sure I have. We'll do it live. Goodbye. Steve Albertini. He's a good boy. With a bowl of pasta as big as your head. He just turned 53, and he would love a greeting from Rob as Don Knotts. Thank you. That's wonderful. Take it away, Rob.
Well, I want to say this to Steve Albertini. Birthdays come but once a year, so you better make it count. Boo!
You know, I don't understand. Now I understand why we were tweaking your microphone.
Why?
Because you can play off mic an awful lot. You do. You
have
you
poor
don't.
mic technique.
You don't. I'm just looking at it right now.
I've seen it my whole
Does
life.
he have poor
the
mic
last 5 years? I said, how does his voice travel to the microphone? when
I
he's
actually,
over here?
I have had. Do you remember the early days of the podcast when people would say we can't hear Rob? And now I'm realizing you're way over here where most disc jockeys, I mean, DJs throughout my career, do you know how they, I mean, it's literally, literally up here, man.
What you need to do is just nip it. I'll work on it.
It's hard to broadcast into the microphone when you're laying down.
It's going to be one of those shows.
Hard to make friends when you're an asshole, too.
We haven't even started yet. We have just heard from 23-year-old Dan Kendall's biological father. That just sounded funny, didn't it? Dan is a recent graduate in criminal justice. Oh, but no job yet. Sorry about that.
Sad, right?
Can Harry Morgan from Dragnet give him a homosexually tinged up pep talk? Hi, let's talk to Dan Kendall, criminal justice major, sitting on the shelf up in Ukiah, waiting to get that criminal justice job. Sorry, the FBI ain't coming knocking.
Hey,
yes.
Do you think he'd get a better job, Harry, if he wore tighter pants?
Tighter pants, a brighter colored shirt. All those factors get you a job in criminal justice. No, do what I did. Start as a beat cop. And I'm not talking about a cop walking the beat. I'm talking about a cop that gives that special favor.
That's why Jack Webb liked you so bad.
Absolutely. I was Jack Webb's beat cop. Every day at roll call, right before roll call in the locker room.
Didn't you arrest Pee Wee Herman?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was leaving.
Whoa.
Bye, husband.
Later.
I guess he'll answer that
Sorry
question
about that.
another time. Okay. Oh, he's back.
Oscar.
Yes.
Did you ask me if I arrested Pee Wee Herman?
Yes.
My God, that was messy popcorn. Oh, nasty stuff.
See you later.
This week, we got a letter from TJ Best. Now, that's a cool name.
You like that name?
Doesn't that sound like a place you go Friday night for chicken wings?
TJ Best.
TJ Best.
Right next to O'Charlie's.
To tell us... terrible competition. To tell us his girlfriend Dorian is turning 30. You don't hear that name very often, Dorian. However, Mr. Best is the worst at telling us Dorian's last name. Can Bain please explain the importance of last names to this hump? All right, very good.
I have a message for you, Dan Kendall. You stupid hump. You give us the girl's first name of Dorian, but don't include her last name. Do you know how irresponsible that is? For the love of God, I will throw you in the pit and throw away the key. By the way,
Yeah.
listen to the More Network for Bane's new Greaseman Hour.
Oh, is that starting?
Absolutely. I'll be bringing back all my famous Bane characters. Sergeant Fury,
Can we have a taste of that?
Estelle, you pig, you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Here all week. Kiki K needs some supplies. Can Patrick Bateman please ask Rob to go out and get her some exfoliating gel scrub and an herb mint facial mask? Rob?
Yes.
Do you like Huey Lewis?
I do. And you know what's good about those, Patrick, is they don't have a lot of alcohol, so they don't dry out your skin.
Because alcohol dries out your face and makes you look older.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
That was
Aaron Knight is 36. we kind of phoned that in.
I
didn't
grow
we?
weary of that music.
Aaron Knight is 36 and has a son the same. Did we both tire of that at the same time?
I've been tired of it for 2 years.
Oh, my God. Aaron Knight, 36, good guy. And he has a son the same age as the king. Oh, an 8-month-old. Can Gene Simmons offer any insight on keeping an active sex life, even with a newborn in the house?
Hi, this is Gene Simmons. What I like to do is I occasionally make sure the baby gets his proper nap time.
Right.
And then I like to climb on top of Shannon Tweed.
Oh, what happens to your pants?
The power of gravity caused my pants to mysteriously fall to the floor. I'd like to point out that KISS is sponsoring an arena football team.
Really?
Yes, with the KISS colors and the KISS makeup.
What, do they dress up as individual KISS characters?
What I'll never understand is how a famous rock and roller from the group KISS has ended up sounding like these kind of men right now. He sounds like Jackie Mason. There we go. What's going on?
I think you know.
Yeah, and make sure you look at every rerun of The Family Jewels.
It's a horrible show.
The Family Jewels.
All right, thank you very much, Gene. We appreciate that. Tara Ryder Meroff.
Well then.
I want you to know, Mike, as a matter of fact, I gave you a parenthesis with a question mark in it because I don't know. I mean, what do I even do with
Tara
that?
Reiter or Writer Meroff.
Yeah, it's a horrible name. But a lovely person.
I'm sure she'll be writing it again.
I'm sure she's nice.
Just observed her birthday, and like Mike O'Mara, she is in the process of moving. Any moving advice from a migratory bird? I have completely forgotten that.
Oh, there's another. The next page.
Oh, okay.
Like the Leesburg,
the Leesburg vulture. Is that James Mason?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you're loading the moving truck, make sure your neighbors see you as you stick your middle finger out the window as you're driving away from Manassas.
Hey, vulture.
Yes, I'm the Leesburg vulture, standing guard over the legions of people pursuing their granite countertops.
Hey, vulture, do you like the Grease Man?
I'm a big fan of Doug Tract.
What's your favorite bit?
My dog Blue. He licks his nasty doodads.
Thank you. It's just the same bit again and again. Logan Matthews, 10. He's 10 years old. He loves Charlie and fart noises. Can Charlie please come and fart for him? Okay. Hello, Logan. Oops. Oops.
Oh,
Oops. How do you like that, Logan? There we go. See you later, kid. Bye-bye.
See you later, kid.
I don't know that Charlie refers to children as kid.
Let me say hello to Logan Matthews. Hello, young man. There we go.
Better.
Bye,
Charlie.
Rob. S&D.
Always.
Shaylin J. These names are incredible. J-A-E.
Shaylin J.
Shaylin J. is learning Spanish in preparation for her trip to Argentina to visit the homeland of her boyfriend, Daniel Dueck. What is the deal? Did you make these up today?
Why do you look at me? It's not my fault.
D-O-U-E-K.
Doink.
Shaylin J. is going to Argentina.
This is a bit, apparently.
To visit the homeland of her boyfriend, Daniel Dueck. Dueck. They both have a birthday this week. Oscar, can you offer them some relationship advice in Espanol?
All right. Para la mujer de la... Hold on, let me rewind. Stop. The music.
Yes, he's
The music doesn't help.
Actually, it does.
You know what? I got nothing.
That's funny. I like that. All right, no
The
problem.
foreigner has nothing.
Mr.
Excellent.
Brett Pollock would love a happy
Sorry.
48th from the Diaper Genie. The Diaper Genie. I forgot the Diaper Genie.
It's just sort of a Middle Eastern voice.
The Diaper Genie. I need a little reverb. Don't I?
You want to do that?
I think so. God. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. It's coming. Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
We'll keep the music going.
right,
This is a
I'll
part,
find
Oscar, when the music is very important.
Oh, it's definitely important.
Hold on a second.
As we visit the Diaper Genie. The Diaper Genie, as you know, makes bad smells disappear.
Cousins with Aladdin, right?
Yes, exactly. They went to school together.
I get it.
Well, not Aladdin, the genie from
I'll
Aladdin.
be there
The
in a
genie.
second.
The big blue guy that was voiced by Robin Williams. Aladdin was just a
Play
kid.
my music again.
Oh.
I loved Aladdin.
Did you?
Yes.
Not my favorite.
I'm the Diaper Genie. I've completely forgotten this voice because it was such a throwaway. There we go. I hope you have many successful birthdays. I hope you enjoy it, Brett Pollock. Pollock, you are named after a small fish that we get in the harbor up in Maine. Have a great birthday. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Genie.
Man, every now and then, like every 2 months, I get one like this. This is the way
Just
it is.
like my Spanish.
Jesus, help me, Rhonda. Here's a weird one. Can Rob wish Rich Towsley a happy 66th as his favorite 60s singer-songwriter?
It was not really leading, so I think what he wants is something to the tune of...
Okay, it's one of the what it is one of those weeks. It's one of those weeks where they're all thinking too much.
I can't help that.
All right, so what do you know his favorite is it Elvis?
No, I would have to guess what he wants.
And is it his favorite or your favorite?
It
Because
was
here's
unclear.
how it's written.
This is exactly how it was written in the letter.
Can Rob-
It was written this way in the letter.
Can Rob wish Rich Towsley a happy 66th as his favorite 60s singer-songwriter. And if Rob hadn't been included in that, it would have been in the trash. All right.
False.
So what do you think it is? What do you think he's talking about?
I would think it would be, hey, Rich, you say it's your birthday. It's my birthday
Deal.
too, yeah.
Oh, you think it's Paul McCartney?
Yeah, but even though my Paul always sounds more like John.
All right, can you turn up number 6 a lot?
I can.
All right, for Mr. Rich Towsley, lick it.
Can I try the Spanish one now?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank
Really?
you.
You can give him a second chance
Let's
on
go
that?
What
back
were the
here.
names again?
That's Shaylin J, who's going to Argentina to see her boyfriend, Daniel Dui.
Se tienen que apoyar con todos sus corazones.
What did that mean?
Support each other with all your hearts.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
I feel ill.
That's wonderful. Now, here's a great name. Here's my favorite name of the vault today, all right?
Okay.
The vault of birthdays. Rob Ripper
Hey, there he
is
is.
now 45. Can Mike please put together a menu for him to eat in bed this weekend? Okay, now I don't like you anymore.
I love it.
Happy birthday, Rob Ripper, and make it steak. Just don't cut off your genitals. Bill Kenny of New York State is getting older and wondering if Governor Jesse the Mind Ventura has any tips on living off the grid. Got no idea.
Yeah, okay.
Larry King, Dustin Moore, Larry King, ... Dustin Moore of Sacramento
You're
is turning...
addressing Larry King. Hey, Larry King.
Oh, okay. Hi. Larry King, Dustin, as I said, once every 6 months we get him
I
like
think
this.
actually it feels like every week.
Larry King, Dustin Moore of Sacramento is turning 36. Can you take him to breakfast? Hi there, Dustin. Why don't you have a bagel with peanut butter on it? Enjoy sitting in the diner. There we go. Just get me to the effing finish line. Also, happy birthday to Dr. Neil Carney. It's, or Carn, Karne. I'm going to say, folks, really, I know you know your names, but it might be important to include pronouncers just so we don't mess it up for you.
Maybe he's Latin.
And is it Neil spelled N-E-E-L?
Yeah, the weird thing is he did do a pronouncer for Neil, but
Right.
not Carne.
Neil Carney. Oh, so it is N-E-A-L.
No, Neil is how it is spelled.
Okay, well, he didn't put a pronouncer in there. If he just gave you the name, then
Well,
he
yeah,
didn't
but I
put a
wouldn't.
pronouncer
But
in.
he did in the letter. I would think you would know how to say Neil.
Well,
it's
Neil,
just an odd spelling.
N-E-E-L is
Sure.
so, but he included it
For
so
his
did he
first
say,
name, not his last
my name
name.
is Dr. Neil, and then he put in parentheses N-E-A-L?
Yes, he did.
Oh, wow.
He's not even Catholic.
Super! Dr. Neil Carn, or Carney, and his wife, Radthika,
Is someone pulling something right
I
now?
swear to Jesus
Like-
Christ, I have never
I
had
think the
one
next
like
letter is going to
this.
be from Mike Hunt.
Rathika.
Right.
Okay, Rathika spelled R-A-D-H-I-K. Rathika to new mom Jessica Sullivan to set. What's going on, Rob?
This is a list.
I'm literally. I hate it when it goes like this.
Mad Libs.
You
all
think
right.
I like it?
Well, no, it's just, man, help me out, brother.
All right, this
Also-
is a list of names because the birthdays
Jesus
were over the top
Christ.
this week.
Wow.
There was too many
Also,
requests.
happy birthday to Dr. Neil Carney and his wife Radhika, to new mom Jessica Sullivan, to Seth Miller, to the newly 44-year-old Joanna Pop, to Miss Stasha. I'm going out of my mind here with these birthdays today. To Bill Whittington, and to all. So it's a list of birthdays.
Oh, this is who's playing the
Note
hits.
to any young broadcaster, when you're going to give a marathon list of broadcast names, it's probably not a good idea to start with names that are unpronounceable and have something like Rathika spelled R-A-D-H-I-K.
I think Rathika's a beautiful name.
Jesus. So that's Jessica Sullivan, Seth Miller, Joanna Papp, Stasha, Zach,
Wow,
Bill
nice.
Whittington, and to all the others far too numerous to mention. And finally, for his birthday, Mark Scuball, now 49, would love to hear Doc Brown talk up. And incidentally, when I do this, I take so much shit in a mailbag after this because people go, oh, Mike is so ornery and stuff. But I'm sorry, when I get this, it's almost impossible to deal with. It's like too long copy. For his birthday, Mark Scuball, now 49, would love to hear Doc Brown talk up Huey Lewis and the News. Who's Doc Brown?
Doc Brown from Back to the
yes.
Future.
Doc Brown, you mean, is that...
Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, see, I know him as Christopher Lloyd. Rob, start the show.
So we're going to not
wait,
talk it up.
wait, I have one more.
What?
And I didn't get it to you earlier. My birthday's this Sunday. And
Oh, that's right, and we didn't do anything
And
for
I
you.
would like to hear Doc Brown.
If you are personally requesting it, Doc Brown, who is also known as Christopher Lloyd. My character for 20 years was Christopher Lloyd, not Doc Brown. So I mean, he was Doc Brown, but he was also Jim Ignatowski.
That would make my
and actually,
day.
Jim Ignatowski was the character
Yes,
I did.
that
you
would
know?
make
Tie-in,
that would
though,
make my day.
The tie-in is the song is from Back to the Future.
Yes.
I don't give a shit
Again
what
with
the
that.
song is. Thank you very
This
much.
was a request for me.
All right, here we go.
Are we going to do it?
All right, let's do it.
And
All right.
What's the hump's name as well? Oh, we tore it up.
No, it's gone. He heard his name.
More music, more fun. WAVA.
Hey, all you young broadcasters out there, I'd like to talk about sweating details. Sometimes sweating details can make life great and easier for the talent. Sometimes details are not sweated, and the talent is going to have a heart attack like he is today. Happy birthday, all you effers!
Now, can we start the show?
Would you like to?
Jesus, that's the all-time worst.
Get the paddles.
Thank you.
That was not the worst, actually.
Absolutely.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Americans love a winner and will not tolerate a loser. Americans play to win all the time. I wouldn't give a hoot in hell for a man who lost and laughed. That's why Americans have never lost and will never lose a war. Because the very thought of losing is hateful to Americans. You know, my God, I actually pity those poor bastards we're going up against. By God, I do. We're not just going to shoot the bastards. We're going to cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks. We're going to murder those lousy Hun bastards by the bushel. Now, there's another thing I want you to remember. I don't want to get any messages saying that we are holding our position. We're not holding anything. Let the Hun do that. We are advancing constantly, and we're not interested in holding on to anything except the enemy. We're going to hold on to him by the nose, and we're going to kick him in the ass. We're going to kick the hell out of him all the time, and we're going to go through him like crap through a goose.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, here's Mike.
We are live from the Fiberplex Studios. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, broadcasting all over the planet. We are powered by Encore Insurance Services with over 23 million downloads. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and we are heard over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks!
Big auction tomorrow.
Oh, the big auction is coming up,
Spring
Mr.
auction,
Bridges.
yeah.
And Steve Bridges, 20 years this month
Exactly.
on KCJJ. The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners in the world. Why?
Why, Mike?
Because they get it. Our show today brought to you by FanDuel. Get ready, America. Baseball!
Do you love it?
Baseball season. Opening day is next week, but face it, 162 games in a season. It's too much sometimes.
Too
And
much.
Fantasy baseball, unlike fantasy football, can be a bit of a grind. It's hard to keep up. We have the solution for you. FanDuel.com. FanDuel.com has the hottest thing in fantasy baseball because FanDuel is the leader in one-day fantasy baseball. If you have short attention spans like all of us in this room, this is for you. There is no season-long commitment. There is no upfront fee. You play every day or any day. It's all up to you. Leagues start at just $1, and you can win real money with immediate cash payouts. For example, Chris Prince is a postal worker, and he won over $535,000 with FanDuel.com. Amazing that you can put that little down and get that kind of return. It's a lot of fun. And really, it's something that, if you're somebody who has always rooted for one team like I do, it makes you, just like fantasy football does, makes you a better fan.
Yeah.
Makes you more knowledgeable about the game. It just happens automatically. Go to FanDuel.com, click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner, and use the code TMOS to sign up today. Plus, to get started, FanDuel will match every dollar you deposit, dollar for dollar, up to $200. Hurry, this offer ends this Friday. That's tomorrow. So sign up today, and remember to use our code TMOS. FanDuel.com, the leader in one-day fantasy baseball. That's FanDuel.com. Sign up today. Hi, boys.
Hi, Mike. Hey, now.
You killed me today. How many do we? Is the problem with the birthdays? And let's just do a little analysis
cool.
here.
I want you to know.
The problem is a problem we like to have where it's just too many of them.
And I want you to know, I really do honestly sweat details and go out of my way
know.
to try and make it go as good as possible.
I know.
But when you're given bad ingredients,
I know.
Sometimes it just doesn't come across.
Well, this is the way I would have taken the Dr. Neil Carney and his wife Rathika.
Yes,
which is extremely difficult.
It is tough.
And separated that. What you did though is you gave me Neil Karn and Rathika, and then it went right into that massive list.
Well, they were part of the list,
and I think, see, when you write these, and Rob writes the birthdays and does a great job with them,
as you can tell,
but not particularly today. And what the thing is, usually all the birthdays are individual little things where we talk about each one of them. And I never see it coming when there's a list. And
I should have warned you.
And if there's a list, it just gets kind of crazy because it's normally birthday, little suggestion for a bit, birthday, little suggestion for a bit.
We had trouble in the fact that we were just swamped this week.
Okay, well, that's a good problem.
At one point did have bits, but they got demoted to list status because they came too late to the party.
I will tell you something, and we are so close with our listeners on this show that I normally recognize a lot of names.
Yeah,
and the show is doing
cool.
The show is doing great.
Yeah,
we're happy. It's a problem you like to have.
I have some notes of my own, if you don't mind.
Go right ahead.
For Rob.
Okay, and give me notes too.
I hope they're about writing.
I wish I could go back and do it again, but we don't do the show
Mike,
like
you're
that.
a 10. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Let's talk
Oscar.
about Rob.
I appreciate it.
All right, Rob, here. I'm looking over what you put together here. And
I'm all ears, Oscar.
A couple things I noticed right away, and I'm
right away. You noticed?
I'm glancing at this, so just to help you out. First, let's talk about the font.
Okay.
You don't space out your sentences enough. It's hard. Mike's got.
You mean the same font that we've used for 4 years?
Did you hear what he said? Remember, I'm a 10, but Mike has vision issues.
So
Mike has vision issues.
You may want to work on the font.
We have argued, and that is the same font we've agreed to.
Incidentally, that is a requested font.
Okay.
Now, not
what
necessarily
about the spacing?
The spacing is not. He does that on his own.
This looks like a bank robbery letter.
Right.
No, it's double space between each item.
It's incredible. I think this speaks to the multi-ethnic quality of the Mike O'Mara Show listeners.
How's that?
With all those kooky, crazy spellings.
Those foreigners.
Those foreigners that we get. How dare they?
Well, that's why next week we're going to do a new feature, and it's whites only birthdays.
Right.
Oh, God. When you transition from a bit, and let's say you've got a listener that wants Mike to do a bit or a voice.
Exactly.
You should probably, let's try color coding.
Really?
Then you could color code when Mike needs to do a voice.
Color coding.
And then we could go with the standard black when we're doing kind of the hit list of birthdays. Just some thoughts.
That's a good thought.
Just some thoughts.
Hey, could you type that up for me? Why don't you color code the email and send it to lickit@aol.com.
Isn't it always like this, though, when there's one? It's just like it happens.
Sometimes they come together like Christmas Day wedding cake. It's the best in the world.
It's fantastic.
And then when someone starts with, some of the things like that, and when they go to the more obscure stuff. And you know what? Really, folks, we've given this advice for years.
I know.
Don't think so much.
Yeah, that's
You'll be
true.
happier.
This is an example of why sometimes this particular segment causes a great deal of controversy in our listening audience.
It is.
Because for the truly selfish in our listening audience, they only want to hear a birthday if it's their birthday.
Right.
That's the only time they want to hear it, because they don't think that the little vignettes, the little bits that we do, warrant reading all these birthdays, because it's really not thick enough for them.
The other 51 weeks, they don't care. And meanwhile, they're at home with a bottle of rye and a jelly jar, and they're saying, God, do you know how great it would be if Larry King took me to breakfast?
And
they think
God bless him for
they
that,
really think that's going to be the launching pad to the next era of this show.
Before you send me a message or before it gets discussed, I want to say this, and I want to make it really clear.
Perfectly clear.
This is an exception to the rule, and when I come in here on Thursdays, I genuinely, and I mean this, I genuinely look forward to, I swear to God I do. I look forward to it. I look forward to it.
You're not a good liar, Mike.
You know what he looks forward to, Oscar? The first page of the birthdays.
I
The second page is normally when the wagon wheels come off.
Or the last paragraph.
Well, it's
done.
just, see, when you put the list together, because you're a pleaser and you want to please these people.
Well, really, don't you think it's best to have a list to make sure everyone at least gets a nod?
Neil Carney.
Yeah, and his wife.
Rathika.
Yeah, and that's
then there's an easy one like Jessica Sullivan, Seth Miller, another easy one.
Maybe you should expand your social circle, because
maybe I should pre-read these.
If
that's just silly.
If Rathika is giving you problems, and again, I have a problem with the written word, so I really
and the spoken.
I'm not throwing stones at glass houses. Did I mess that up again? I would say this.
Well, technically, yes.
People in glass houses.
Damn it!
Shouldn't throw stones.
Hey, have you seen your new Facebook page?
Yeah, whoever made that, they can lick it.
No, it's a great face. Have you seen it, Mike?
What's that?
Oscar's malapropisms?
No.
Where they actually isolate and type out all the things that Oscar says wrong and puts them up on a Facebook page.
Oh, there's a Facebook page?
They're using my image without my authorization.
I'm sorry about that, Oscar. As your partner, I signed off on it.
Oh, my God, would I love to see that.
By clicking like.
I would love to see that.
It's pretty great.
Let me just say this, because I think it's important after that opening segment. And it was so much fun yesterday, and then to come in and do this today.
Of course, it was going to have to be a letdown today.
We are going to continue to do the birthdays. I promise to you that
How about a hiatus?
I will. I will work harder. Rob will work harder, and we will. These will be snappy and fantastic.
I'll come up with a color code index. So if
you've been plenty busy, don't worry
Charlie,
about that.
We'll use green font.
So every character
it'll
gets
be
their own
purple.
color.
Yeah. So Mike has something to associate
bright colors.
with. Yes.
Bright colors.
I don't think we need to do
I'd
that.
like to go back now. I'd like just the diaper genie. I to be honest with you, that's the early dementia.
We use brown for the diaper genie.
Lots of brown. And
then,
yellow.
Then we had the guy that was Rich Towsley, who said favorite '60s singer-songwriter. There are thousands of them. To be honest with you,
I know
they're big ones like the Beatles and Elvis Presley, but he was around in the '60s
tie-dye font for the '60s.
You know what? I was thinking he might be going for Bob Dylan, and then he requested that I do it, so I just didn't know what he wanted.
And then there's Rob Ripper, who wanted me to put a menu. That was just a shtick, right?
Right,
To put a menu to eat in bed this weekend.
Sometimes it's voices, sometimes it's comedy.
Right.
Sometimes it's experimental
he's
comedy.
red for ketchup.
And then, I come in today, and they asked me to do Jesse the Mind Ventura after I did Jesse Ventura yesterday on the show.
Well, maybe
so that's kind of in my mind that I'd done that.
Well, it's like kismet. I mean, how magical is it that he's thinking of a bit before
Then the
it
next
happens?
one, now here's where it's on you. Then the next one is Larry King. And see, even with the ... it kind of confuses me.
I will apologize there, but I will say this. One of the challenges in putting together the birthday segment is not to use the same format for every item. And I try to mix it up.
There's an algorithm.
All right.
There's not an algorithm, and you don't know what that is. Your friend Todd has called you on this before.
We are often want to expose our little systems here, and we did it today. We pulled back the curtain,
yes,
and we let you know. And I would just like to say that opening vignette is that's about 10 minutes, 15 minutes of my life I'm never getting
Time
back.
capsule.
We will take a break. We'll come back with more fun and more thrills. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody, on Toodadoo Thursday.
Oh, the revelations that come between the lines, Mike.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. Allman Brothers, Southbound, baby! Southbound. That caffeine is killing me today. I will tell you this. I had a legitimate conversation with my wife. I am not saying this because I am reading you a commercial right now.
Okay.
I am telling you, last night we are lying there in the boudoir.
Yeah.
We are watching Patton Oswalt on Modern Family, and I told her, I said, this bed is just incredible. I know, and I this was my quote. I swear on my child's life, on Michael Williams' life. I said, I know I do the commercials, and I sound like I'm doing one now, but this bed, especially since I went to that new setting of 60 on my Sleep Number bed, is so comfortable. And I have to tell you, if you get an opportunity to go out there and try one of these, you're going to be hooked. And at the same time, when I talk about my back issues, it's gotten better and better and better and better. And experiment with your own Sleep Number bed. Try your own setting. You can actually finesse your setting on a Sleep Number bed, and you can get it to the perfect firmness for you, and it is a big, big deal. I'm telling you the truth. I love the product. I was excited when we got them as a sponsor because it's something that I have known for a long, long time, and now I get to tell you about it. They're introducing the all-new Sleep Number P5 bed featuring the latest innovations, comfortably priced. I love mine. You'll love yours, too. Right now, save $400. That is the lowest price ever on the popular Sleep Number P5 bed. It is glorious. Find your Sleep Number setting today at any of the 425 Sleep Number stores nationwide. Find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. And the cool thing about having 425 across the country, you roll in and you lie down on one and you can try it yourself. Take it for a drive. It's fantastic.
No matter where you are, there's one near you. Go find it and get the bed you want.
That number is 800-511-0061. No matter where you are, you can find out where your Sleep Number store is. And please, 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 very important to me personally, when you go in there, tell them Mike O'Mara sent you. I mean it, and that's what I'm sharing with you right now. There you go.
You said something really cool. Was it surreal to you to turn on on Modern Family last night and see a guy that we were sitting in a room with 8 hours earlier?
Well, see, yes and no, because I mean, I really was just getting ready to see what his shtick was going to be. It was very cool to see Patton.
He was great,
and I suddenly, like about 3/4 through the episode, I said, "Oh my god!" And incidentally, as funny as Patton Oswalt was, Fred Armisen made me unhinge my jaw last night watching that episode of Modern Family.
Everybody was funny, and you know
what?
It
was like Mad World. You must have loved it because it was that kind of episode where they're running around Las Vegas and doors are opening and doors are
I
closing.
swear they probably had to graph and chart the writing of that episode because it was so precise.
Absolutely.
What struck me is that after Patton was on yesterday, before he left, he hipped us that he was going to be on last night's episode.
Yeah, and it actually just kind of it was a throwaway. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you, I'm going to be on Modern Family tonight.
Can you imagine if you're walking out of a room, you say, "Hey, you know the #1 rated comedy in the world? I meant to mention that I'm on it tonight."
It was just it was different even for Modern Family because they brought in a lot of guest stars like Patton, and they did a lot of different crazy things.
They do. That's
really
an
funny.
angle that they use on that show, and they usually do one per season. Remember, they did one at a Dude Ranch. They've done one at Disney World. What they do is they film around a destination, and build it into a working vacation. That's why the show was set in Vegas. It's because they wanted the entire crew in Vegas.
Awesome. And guys, since we're coming off the Las Vegas experience, it was so funny the way they made fun of the tier system, and
it's so true.
And Patton gets the little, the little post-mortem there when he's shaving Ed O'Neill.
He's a shaving butler.
That's another shaving butler. A shaving butler. It was great, and it was so much fun. We thank Patton for coming in yesterday. We had a fantastic time with him. Hopefully, many more chances to get him in there. And once again, I have to compliment you on your birthday weekend, Oscar Santana, because both Rob and I have realized, I think, this last couple of weeks that having this DC studio is really going to give us an opportunity to get some of the people like Patton to come in and visit on the show. And we are really, really pumped up. And it's really a prideful thing to bring people in here and have this gorgeous studio where people can pop in just off the street here in Washington, D.C. We're really
team
thrilled
effort.
with it.
And to see the people that come in, there's no, I have to leave soon. There's no... I have to get back. Traffic 66 is going to murder me. I have a show to get to.
Right.
None of that. I felt like Patton wanted to hang for another hour yesterday.
It was fantastic. It was convenient.
That feeling is perfect.
It's so cool.
It is bliss.
Not that I want to slam Manassas, but I will tell you that people in Manassas quite often would tap me on the shoulder halfway through the broadcast, and, they were subtle about it. They would say things along the lines of, "Please get me out of here. Please get me out of here."
I love bringing this up because it flips Mike out. Mike, we're going, I think, on our 22nd year together.
Jesus.
And of those 22 years, the vast majority of them I spent whenever a guest came in saying, "I'm sorry for what you're about to see." Yeah. I was so excited to bring a guest in this space that Oscar built.
Yeah, he did a great job with it.
It really is something to be very proud of. And I'm proud to be just a small part of it.
Took him a long time, and, I really look forward to coming back here and doing the shows from here, and also, grabbing people to come through DC. And we're gonna. And incidentally, look, we're a little old podcast, and when you talk about the fact that we've been chugging along for 4 years, we got a great start. But we're trying to grow this thing, and we're going to try to bring the right people to you, just like we like to bring the right podcast to you. We want to get the right guests in here, and it's a very, very, it really was, even though we've had guests throughout the 4 years, periodically, we kind of did some experimenting with it. We said, how is it going to be with people coming in and paneling? And it worked, and the experiment worked, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And you've shared us the feedback that has told us that, and we're very, very excited about it. So look for that to happen more and more.
Continue to do so.
And we'll try to get people in the pipeline and pop them in here. Last night, because I am doing what is probably a sad situation with a little bit of a farewell tour. When I've lived in a place for, if you count the D.C. area, over 30 years that I've been here, and in my own house that I've lived out in Manassas, I've been there for over a decade.
What are you sadder about, moving to Florida or the birthdays being bad? It's sort of a tie, isn't it? You've done so much acting today when you talked about how you look forward to the birthdays and you're sad to be moving to Florida. You're like Meryl Streep.
No, I actually, the toughest thing, and I'll talk honestly about it, for moving out of the area is that, my one daughter, my 16-year-old, who just gets her license today.
Hey, that's awesome. Congrats.
Elizabeth is, it's going to be her senior year, and so I'll be coming back here frequently. And because I'm a part-time dad anyway, it doesn't affect her all that dramatically.
Sure.
But there is that tiny feeling of sadness that, things are changing a little bit. And so last night was another one of, I like to call them our team dinners, where we all went down to see the older sister at college, and we drove the whole family down there.
It's like about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's actually quicker than that.
Is it? Okay.
We zip down there, and it's always the same dynamic where it's, idiot dad. Hello, I'm idiot dad.
The jester's here.
But the cool thing about yesterday is because we're always looking for a place to go. And because it was kind of a special dinner, my kind of farewell dinner for my daughters, we decided to go to a place that I'd seen online. This restaurant was called, I'll give him a plug because it was a really good place.
Yeah.
The Bavarian Chef. Yes.
Now, was he actually there?
Hi. Didn't see him.
No, you did not see the Bavarian Chef.
Him.
Okay.
And we ate at really elderly time. Now you're going to mock me for this too.
What?
Anybody like to throw a guess out at when our reservation was?
5:30.
You are incorrect, Oscar.
Wow, 5?
No, you're incorrect, Rob.
Not 4 something.
4:30.
Jesus, you had to make a reservation for 4:30?
Well, that's when they opened.
Of course.
I had things to do, places to go. I had to get home and see Modern Family last night.
Of course.
Let me turn that crap off. So,
was she just getting out of class then?
We had
her up at the hall.
Elizabeth got out at 2:45. I picked her up at high school at 2:45.
Yeah, you did.
And we bolted down to Fredericksburg, Virginia, to the University of Mary Washington, where we picked up my other daughter. And it's
who had just woken up.
Yeah.
It's about 4:00. It's about 4:00 that we go down and we get Catherine. So it was really, it was definitely an early schedule. And we had an extra half hour to kill. And because we had an extra half hour to kill, we decided that we would take another trip over to our good friends at Starbucks.
Oh, there you go.
So I could have another tea.
Oh, you need that
energy. Be completely wild.
You need to be excited for the sauerbraten.
Completely wired, everybody. Oh, my God, we do have to take a break, don't we? All right, we'll take a break, come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show.
We'll be together.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Let's talk about money.
Money.
Everybody loves money. I loved money when I was running the Washington Redskins.
Squire, so good to have you here.
Thank you, Robert. You want to keep your personal wealth, but it's a major hassle, man, to keep track of it by yourself. If you pay someone to manage it for you, you're probably paying too much. And you want to see what happens. They tend to conjure. You tend to not know where everything's supposed to be. This is a great way to deal with your finances. This is the solution. It's free. It's secure. It's called Personal Capital. Personal Capital will allow you to keep track of your bank accounts, your stocks, your 401k, everything, all of your accounts and assets on a single screen. Whether you use your computer or your phone or your tablet, it's all right there on one screen with real-time and intuitive graphs. Personal Capital also will show you how much you're overpaying in fees. That's right. A lot of people do this and don't even know it. And they'll show you how to reduce those fees. Even better, with Personal Capital, you'll get tailored advice on how to optimize your investment. Signing up takes only a minute. It'll pay you huge dividends, so why wait? Personal Capital gives you the clarity and transparency you need to make better investment decisions, and do it right now.
When?
Right now.
Okay.
To set up your free account, go to personalcapital.com/TMOS. Personal Capital is free, and it's the smart way to grow your money. Go to personalcapital.com/TMOS. That's personalcapital.com/TMOS. Thank you very much for that.
So you can save enough money to go out and buy dumplings and strudel?
Well, financially, a very, very significant mistake was made during the ordering process.
Oh,
because I knew that it was the last dinner, so we didn't do the cheapo place. We decided it's not a cheap restaurant.
Can we call it from now on the Last Supper?
It was sure. That floats your boat. You go ahead and call it the Last Supper. It was very, not ridiculously expensive, but not, I just had to pay attention, and I didn't pay attention to what was being ordered when my daughters, when they said, and we have a duck special.
Oh.
Now, when you hear special, don't you think that normally that's going to be, you're going to get a kind of a break?
I think when I hear special, I think it's something that the chef wants to spotlight.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
so the duck was a little pricey, and both daughter number 1 and daughter number 2 both got the duck. And then Daddy got Daddy got the bill, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
Did it start with a 5?
What, for both of them?
No, for each duck entree.
No, not that bad.
Okay, well, good. Okay, thank God.
Isn't he coming off like a Chili's night? So go
sure.
to like a restaurant.
Yeah, and there were no crafts or anything.
We've torn our kitchen apart. We don't have any cooking stuff. It's all packed up. So we've been doing a lot of eating out, just so people don't realize I don't eat out all the time. Yeah, Mr. Big Shot.
Hey, Mr. Big Shot.
Mr. Big Shot eating at the Chili.
Also,
are you Rockefeller?
You're going to a college town, so you really would think that it's going to be a little cheaper.
Yes.
Right?
Well, you know what? When you go to a college town, always seek out the kids' favorite German restaurant because that's what the kids love. They do.
This was a very nice place. I mean, this place was very, very nice and beautiful decor. Nobody was there because it was 4:30. We were the first customers there. We rolled the baby in. We had my daughters there. It was fantastic and very nice service. Everything was terrific, and I was in a great mood because I'm with everybody that I love.
It's a great way to be. Now, even with the fact you're not partaking, do they have a good beer list?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but I didn't pay attention to it.
What did you have?
I had schnitzel. I had the.
Those are sausages, aren't they?
And I think it was called Jaeger schnitzel, but it didn't have Jägermeister in it.
Jaeger schnitzel.
It's schnitzel that's not breaded. It's just got a sauce on it. They brought more food. This, I'll tell you, I'm going to give them the Bavarian chef.
Schnitzel isn't sausage, though, is it?
No, it's
like
veal.
pounded veal.
It's veal. It's
That's
pounded
right.
out
I
veal.
misspoke.
And they brought so much food out, including snails and everything at this place was beer battered.
Of course.
Okay, I'm a fat guy. This is why I'm a fat guy.
Now, do you think they brought the snails because you were telling them to hurry and you yelled Schnell?
No,
and they misheard you and they brought snails?
What happened to that diner you guys would go to?
The cheapo little diner?
Yes.
With free pie?
Yeah.
This was the one where we just wanted to.
Now Mike's like, well,
we went to O'Charlie's that one time
Yes.
too.
True.
And O'Charlie's was this was.
what kind of research do you do before you go visit anyone?
Carla gets on the phone and looks at Google's like a restaurant down there. We're on the way down there.
Hi.
She said there's
We
a
will
German.
seat you at 4.
She said there's a German place down. I said, oh, that's supposed to be really good. So we go in there, and they're open at 4:30. We're all happy. My life is so pathetic. Things that matter to me, where I'm just going, they open at 4:30. We're just driving around.
I can be in bed by 7.
Little protoplasms driving in the car. Oh, you open at 4:30. That's good, Dad. Okay, let's go. Everybody was hungry. Everybody was on the same schedule. It was fine.
Were you the only family in the restaurant?
Only family in the restaurant for about 15 minutes. Then somebody, a couple of people came in.
Did they rolling on a rascal?
It's let me just say probably no, way too young for that.
Okay,
but based on the my physical assessment, the rascal's probably about 2 years away.
Oh, I'm guessing,
and it won't be because of the age. It'll be because of the physical condition.
They enjoyed the portion size.
They loved the portion size. There was Rob. They served a pretzel that was so big, it was as big as you had.
God, you know what? Can we go there today?
It was really.
Let's head back down there.
I'm not a big German food person. I'm not a big Germany person. I'm not like you. I don't love German culture like
Germany?
you do. You're German culture fan. You're a big one from way back.
Well, there are parts of it that I very much enjoy, and there are other parts of the German culture that I'm wary of.
I think there's a famous Bavarian place right up the street.
There is actually.
Is there really?
I can't think of the name of it offhand, but
here in D.C.,
they're known for exceptionally rude service. Like they pride themselves on it.
Well, isn't there one also in?
Is it the Old Country?
No, I'll look for it.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't there one also that's like right
Bavarian
off
Inn?
the main drag in Arlington, where that's that bakery that they have there?
Oh, the Heidelberg Bakery.
The Heidelberg Bakery.
Yes.
Old Europe.
Old Europe. Oh, yeah, that is a good place.
Old Europa. So it was a very nice experience, but it was simply too much chow.
Was there music playing there?
There was. Yes, there was. There was big time. This kind of stuff was in the background.
Do you think they ever bring in a band?
I have no idea, but it was a big joint. Wide open.
Benches?
No, it was not Hofra House.
Okay, good. Okay.
It was more like fine dining in a German setting. That's what it was.
Mike, I'm going to give you this review real quick. It's going to make you want to run over there for lunch.
Okay, here we go.
So Yelp, everybody knows
sure.
what Yelp is, right?
And this place is close. It's on Wisconsin, isn't it?
It's maybe 200 feet from this building.
Is it really that close?
This is a lovely lady named Elena. She says, this is some of the best German food I've ever had inside the States. I love how small and intimate the place is.
This is another restaurant we're talking about.
They have a standard menu as well as a seasonal one. I was there in November and it was freezing cold outside. So it made my night when I discovered Glühwein on the menu.
Oh, hot wine.
You know what it is?
Yes.
See? He knows the culture.
Oh, that stuff is good.
Glühwein.
Yes. The seasonal menu for November also had a lot of wild meats. Like game birds and venison.
Game birds.
I wish I could have ordered one of everything. Isn't that the culture too?
You know what'd be
we want
great?
to take over the whole world?
Let's go to Old Europe and then see the movie Sabotage.
Sabotage. That is good.
Would you like to know what everybody had?
I would.
Yes.
Carla and I had the Jaeger Schnitzel.
Hi.
Elizabeth for the appetizer had the beer battered Schnells. And
Oh, so fried.
And the table
escargot?
split a giant as big as your head pretzel with the German beer cheese and the spicy mustard.
Yeah.
Then for the entrees, the girls had the duck, which is not really German. Although the ducks do fly
you know
into
what it is?
Germany.
It's a game bird.
It's a game bird.
It was a seasonal menu game bird.
We will put on our lederhosen and we will shoot the duck out of the air. And then, of course, Carla mimicked me. She parroted my order.
She aped you?
She aped She aped me. And she also ordered the Jaeger schnitzel.
Now, did that make you bitter? Because
No.
in a restaurant like that, don't you want to see representations from all over the menu?
Maybe the normal, in the normal,
What
like
if
if
she had
we're
done-
all out to dinner
Yes.
and we're all judging each other like we do, maybe that would piss me off, but I'm so happy that I got the whole fam there that it doesn't bother me.
You
that
could have
much.
asked her to order the sausage sampler.
They had a sausage
Of course
sampler.
they did.
They had a sausage sampler.
You guys.
And you know
Were
what it's
you
called?
there?
The best of the worst.
Do you
It's
want
a-
to go to this restaurant?
My
now,
mouth
don't you?
is literally watering right now. I am such a mess.
It was in the portion sizes were ridiculous. They were ridiculous.
But 2 hours later, you were hungry for power. What?
he just made up for the birthdays right there.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God! Yes, you did. I swear to hungry for power. It was. It's always great, and then. Maybe because of the extra caffeine that I had.
Okay.
I did. Rob knows this routine very well.
Oh, it's the best.
This
When he
is-
does it, it's the best.
This is, and you've seen it, Oscar. I think you've seen it, but not regularly because we
Okay.
don't dine out that
No.
often unless we're on the road. This is Play With Your Food, Mike.
Yeah,
Oh, I've
that-
seen it. I've seen it.
He
I
said-
saw it in Iowa.
No.
So embarrassing.
Let me draw a picture of the snail appetizer that came out. Now,
Is
you
it like
think-
what you do with the shrimp cocktail?
similar?
The shrimp cocktail is classic.
Similar.
That's Mike's Who's on First. That
All I
is
know
his
is-
go-to.
All I know is Catherine recorded this.
Really?
Catherine recorded this, but I'm going to give you the shape of the snails that came out. Now, I think of snails like in the shell.
Right, but these
or
are-
they're in a little puff pastry or something like this.
Extracted and fried.
These were in a giant ball of dough that had been deep
What do
fried.
they taste like?
The snails taste like what you cook them with. I mean,
Okay.
you know, they're like sort of like a slimy thing.
And they ended up looking like a turnip.
Ah.
A breaded turnip. That's because they came out, and the snail
Huge.
it's in this
Is it-
big thing
it's
of
not
breading.
that big,
It's
is
not
it?
that big. I'm doing. It's too
Not
big.
to
as
scale?
It's the size of a golf ball.
Okay.
All right. It's the size of a golf ball, and it's got a little hat on it on the top. And so what I did was I extracted the snail from inside the beer batter.
Yeah.
Then I took, and that made, as you can see here, a perfect little hat with a point on it.
Yeah. Was she dissatisfied with her appetizer?
They didn't care for them, so that's what allowed me.
Understood to dive in with both
That's what
feet.
allowed me to play with the food.
That's what allowed him,
'Cause they did it.
Oscar.
So Carla was, I think for most of the time, Carla's like, "Can you please be quiet?" Because I was using my German
You're
accent.
doing your bit.
Oh, and God, and
And-
you're the only people in the dining room. You're screaming your head off.
Yeah, and because it was empty, I was doing this. So I took the top of the beer battered thing off of the snail, and then I put my finger down and I put the top of the breaded hat on my knuckle, and I put my sunglasses over it. So
Over your knuckle.
what I had was I put the finger serves as a nose.
Yeah.
Like this, and then I put the hat, and then I'm going. Hi, I'm the German snail. I'm the German snail. I'm dining in a restaurant. Hello, where's our waiter? Where's our waiter?
Oh,
Coming
your poor
back over there.
daughters.
No, I think that's great.
And that's when Elizabeth is just going, Dad.
Oh, you went too far even for the kids?
Well, they were chuckling, but it was just I get giddy. I get giddy when I'm around my
Can I
kids.
cite two of my favorite moments with you in a restaurant?
Yes.
And this is always done sneakily, Oscar. You'll order a shrimp cocktail. You normally get 5 or 6 shrimp with a shrimp cocktail.
Standard.
You're lucky.
It's a classic routine.
It is.
to rival Jerry Lewis.
What he does is he will, without you realizing it, take the tails that he's pulled off and put one on each finger. And you don't know that he has, and they look like sickly diseased nails. And you don't realize that he's done it. And he'll
bigger the shrimp cocktail,
Yeah.
the better too.
and you'll look at him and he'll have his hand on his face with the shrimp. But
See,
also,
that's fun.
if you explore my Facebook page and go back a few years, you will see from a birthday I had a plate of ice cream with finger trails in it. Because Mike said, I love ice cream, and he grabbed it. It was a terrific
Hey,
night.
if you can't play with your food once in a while, what does it matter?
Well, you paid for it. It's your food.
Absolutely.
Do what you want.
Yeah, so it's called the Bavarian Chef. They were very nice to us. We got out before the the restaurant was really crowded.
Did you get out before the rally?
Yeah, before before they had the rally. Yes.
Well, the German chef, he hosts like-minded people.
What a lovely shirt you are wearing, waiter. Do you have anything brown?
It's the Wednesday night rally.
Yeah, bravo. So check it out. out. Terrific place. Really enjoyed myself. And then today, as we're driving back, my daughter drove the car. She gets her license today. My youngest.
How does that make you feel?
My youngest daughter, I should say. It's great, but then she was unable to really explain all the details of the convoluted. No, she hadn't had anything to drink.
When you celebrate.
No, we weren't celebrating.
Of course not.
My kids were not drinking with me. She couldn't explain the rules, which just seem very confusing
What
about
I remember,
Virginia driver's license.
What I remember is that at 15 years, 8 months, you can get your learner's permit.
That sounds right.
If you get your learner's, then you can drive an automobile if you have a licensed
Pony,
driver,
do you have
21 or older, in the passenger seat with you.
Right. Do you know, Pony, when you got your license, how it worked?
It was 15, and just like Rob said,
and 8 months.
Yeah. You
I
could
thought
drive.
you'd get it when you're 15.
You get the
And 8
learner's
months.
permit, and then. But here's the thing, Rob. Here's where I got confused. So today she is her last behind the wheel course.
Right.
So she wraps that up. He gives her some sort of piece of paper
that she takes to the DMV that says she has completed her behind the wheel.
She's got her hours.
But she said that they have to wait even longer. She can drive now, but they have to wait a little bit of time because she has to go to the courthouse.
What?
And there has to be some sort. This is what I'm saying the same thing. She's like, Dad, I don't really know. I'm like,
What
and then
county is she in?
She's in fuck year.
You see, now in Fairfax,
Excuse my French.
In Fairfax, you got all of your in-class stuff. Part of gym. It was, your driver's ed was one semester of gym.
Now.
And then there was also behind the wheel, which you could do through the school.
I don't think it matters. Isn't it statewide? It's statewide, right?
I would think.
It's not a county thing.
Yeah.
They don't do it with the county.
Did she have something? Has there been a problem with her permanent record?
No.
Has something been attached?
Is she a good driver?
She's a phenomenal driver.
Oh, okay.
She drove us home from Fredericksburg, Virginia, and I'm talking about
20 minutes.
That's how I train them. Constantly. Faster. It's called an accelerator, Elizabeth.
By minimizing your time on the road, less chance to have an accident. So drive as fast as you can.
She did really a good job. I was very surprised, and that's my
Did you
youngest daughter.
Was that the first time you'd seen her drive?
She's driven with me maybe one other time, but she's always said, I've offered it a bunch of times, and she said, Dad, I really don't feel like it. And I got the sense from her that there was a little fear factor going on.
You might make things tense.
And
I wasn't going to say it.
I did. You know when I made things tense?
Here we go.
Okay, you're going to love this.
When you did the snail dance?
No, he's going to enjoy this. When I started grilling her about how the license thing works, and she didn't have the answers right away.
You were frustrated.
I'm just, you know how I am. I'm
you
like,
wanted
my
information.
Feeling,
you want it now.
Oscar could have been there because I'm like, I care about this, and I want to know it's because I care. What's
Tell
the
me
deal?
now.
What are the rules?
Take out your phone while you're driving. Look it up and give me your answers.
Jesus Christ, were you there? Were you in the car? Because before I let her drive, and I let her drive after we had the inquisition about how she gets the license.
After you dried the tears?
Sorry, Dad.
I just don't know,
I can't find it on Google.
So Google.
For any young broadcasters out there, when you work with people long enough that they know you better than you know yourself, it can be extremely uncomfortable.
Well, what happens, Mike, is there was a time when you knew yourself this well, but you're getting forgetful.
Yes, I am. I am. That's why I watched that movie Barney's version the other night with Paul Giamatti. Have you seen it?
I've not.
It's floating around
I've been
cable.
meaning to watch, but I keep forgetting.
Check it out. And incidentally, I wish we could give a plug to that other podcast where Patton played the clip of the guy doing Paul Giamatti.
I can find
one of the funniest clips. Patton is such a great writer and comedian himself, but he knows where the funny is online, and it's a lot of fun.
It was funny when he brought that up. I didn't mention this, but the last time he was in studio is when he introduced us to Brian Butterfield.
Oh, that's right.
And he said
he's the one.
He said you have to sit down and watch this.
Right.
And we said, what? And we just our jaw dropped.
And of course, after hearing that, what did I do on the car the whole way home? Of course,
what?
I was working on Paul Giamatti.
I was hoping you'd do that.
This has been a real big deal to me, Maya. But anyway, I won't do that because it's kind of a variation on Mandy Patinkin, so I pulled off of it. But I did want to say that this movie called Barney's Version centers around, I think he plays a Hollywood producer who gets married multiple times and he's not lucky in love.
And this is Paul Giamatti playing his age or an older guy?
He plays young to old.
Okay,
so it's a
passage of time.
It's kind of an epic situation. And he loses it at the end. He gets dementia at the end. And I started freaking out because Carla will say to me quite often, you told me that. Have you gotten that yet at 40, in your mid-40s?
Sometimes.
Yes, it's
sometimes.
a little frustrating.
But in defense, I would say
a lot of things moving right now in my life. A lot of things going on.
There are the different conversations that we have as broadcasters
Yes.
on the air
Mm-hmm.
that sometimes, and to be fair to everybody in this room, whether you're younger or older, sometimes you forget when you said the story.
Absolutely.
Because we do a lot of repeating anyway.
Well, because it's a story that you think is hilarious.
Right.
You might have told us.
Yes.
But we have such a connection here on the show, and
Right.
we're so intimate, you almost forgot that you told your wife.
And then I'll go home and say, you said that, and Elizabeth said it to me
Johnny
last night.
Carson one time said on the air to Doc, he said, sometimes after all these years, I forget where we are. And, and that really is, that's
true.
where it's at.
It's
because
true.
you're telling stories for a living.
Well, it is it's an interesting movie that sort of tracks him with that. And
I fear dementia like no other thing.
Do you really?
Absolutely. It
I said-
runs in my family. It scares me.
I'd go to Europe and just have someone take me out if that was the
You know
case.
what I'd want to do? I'd want to just go to a seaside town, rent a small cottage, and live close to the beach. You know what I'd like to
beaches?
do? I'd like to go to a seaside town,
Hey,
rent
stop
a
it.
cottage
Mike,
close to the beach.
You just said that.
All right. Take a break. Come back with more. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. News you may not need coming up. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. If you want to see a game or a concert, the toughest thing to deal with is getting the best tickets at the best price. Problem solved with SeatGeek.com. SeatGeek.com is the best way for you to save money on all your game and concert tickets, and it's free. And as we go into spring and summer, this is the time that you're going to get all your opportunities to see baseball games, concerts, and of course, then before you know it, it's football season. They will search all the major ticket sites and put them in one place so you can shop for the best price all in one location, like Kayak or Orbitz for tickets. SeatGeek even rates the tickets. You get a green dot if it's a really, really good deal. You get a red dot if you got to be a little wary of it. It's a wonderful thing they do for you, and they gather all the tickets from all over the internet. It's fantastic. Nobody else does that. SeatGeek also has real photos from seat locations, so you can see exactly what you're going to be seeing when you get your ticket.
That's my favorite feature, because if you go, every concert venue is different,
Right.
And you don't know if you're going to be able to see the stage from your seat, and you actually get to see it.
And they do it without any extra fees. Start using this free service today and use our TMOS promo code to get $20 off your first purchase of $120 or more. Your ticket to every ticket at SeatGeek.com.
From around the globe, across the
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey, get ready for the madness. It's happening right now. We're coming down to the final 3. I'm sorry, that's 4.
Yeah, the hardboard triangular court of the NBA.
You have to make sure everybody knows who you're rooting for. We're not talking about just March Madness. We're talking about NASCAR, baseball,
Everything.
football. Anything a fan needs, you can get at Fanatics.com. It's where I go to get all my Red Sox gear. Jerseys, hats, hoodies, T-shirts, jackets, and pullovers. Every team and every size. What's great about Fanatics is quite often, more often than not, Fanatics.com is going to have what you need when none of the other places have it. That includes, as Oscar said, even the school you go to. You can go to their bookstore and they won't have stuff.
Found a
sizes.
sweatshirt.
Oh my God, the sizes are great.
Fanatics.com has the largest assortment anywhere, from all of the 64 March Madness teams to pro teams, NASCAR, and so much more. And remember, if you see the code TMOS, you get your free shipping with no minimum. Get yourself some gear or find the perfect gift for the fan in your life. Here's the contest they're running too. If you want to win $10,000 at Fanatics.com, it's a wonderful shopping spree. All you have to do is put on your favorite gear, snap a selfie, then upload it to Twitter, Instagram, or Fanatics.com and tag it with hashtag SelfieFanatics or @Fanatics. That's Fanatics.com. Use our code TMOS for free shipping with no minimum. Fill out your bracket and look great while you do it. Where sports fans shop, Fanatics.com. Let's open up the audio vault for Rob Spiewak for today, Thursday, March 27, 2014.
I have to issue an apology. I've done it again.
The birthdays?
No. I thought that was behind us.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, it stings,
Sorry
Mike.
about that.
It stings.
All right.
On the most recent Cake and Cookies, out of no real reason, I mentioned the old toy. Do you remember Teddy Ruxpin?
Yeah.
A talking teddy bear?
It was a cute little bear.
That you put a cassette tape in and his mouth would move.
And it looked like the Snuggle fabric softener
exactly.
bear.
And I mentioned Teddy Ruxpin on Cake and Cookies. Regret to inform you that yesterday, R.I.P. Ken Forsey, the creator of Teddy Ruxpin, has passed away.
What is it with you?
I don't know.
You're starting to kill people more and more.
And you know
online.
what? The listeners love informing me of it. There was like 5 of these on my wall this morning.
Are you getting a little complex about it?
I feel bad for the Ruxpin family.
So, ladies
or
and
the
gentlemen,
Forsey family, or whoever.
Just remember, when Rob Spiewak mentions a celebrity, there's a very good chance that celebrity will die.
That's
especially if they go into the hospital.
Hospital. Now, what I love about Jimmy Kimmel is he sees comedy and can make it even better. Do you remember, I believe it was yesterday, the list of bad words that the little kid did?
Okay, yeah.
When he
cool.
they were like butt teeth,
Yeah.
butt face, and he ended with the S word. Well, Kimmel took it to the next level. He did one of his Man on the Streets where he talked to kids on Hollywood Boulevard and asked them, do you know any naughty words? And guess what? He takes something great and he makes it even better.
Now, do you know any naughty words?
Stupid, hush, shut up, dumb, punk, stupid, poop, you're ugly, I know ass, I know, bitch, I hate you, you look stupid, crap, donkey, pony boy.
Hey!
Screwed and sucked. I don't know any naughty words.
You don't know any naughty words?
Oh my God.
S-I-T-H. I mean S-H-I.
And what I didn't realize is that this was a naughty word.
Pony boy?
Pony boy. You must be so proud as your introduction gets longer the next time we play it.
Oh my God.
Pony boy?
All right, Wildlife Corner, Mike.
Okay.
There is a tiny frog. It is called the desert rain frog.
Really?
It makes the cutest noise I've ever heard.
Okay.
I give you the desert rain frog.
Oh.
Little guy.
Yeah.
And now
look at that thing.
with that in mind, Mike, here's the desert rain frog singing back up for Taylor Swift.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Rob.
Yes.
Can you hand it to me for a second without the music? I mean, I know you recorded that, but give me the desert rain
Just the frog?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just right here.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Didn't mean
You
to
know,
do
that was the first time we've had a singing frog on the show in years.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
That's enough of that. There are so many
Sorry, I
similarities.
keep wrestling with my microphone.
So
today. I
many
apologize.
similarities in heavy-handed commercials nowadays. I saw this. I thought this was great. Here is the commercial for everything that touches on every generic thing in every commercial. I don't know what they're advertising, but I love it.
Look at all these attractive people. Here's some of them talking and laughing, and close-ups of hands passing canned goods to each other in a setting that evokes community service. Equality, innovation, honesty, and advancement are all words we choose from a list. Our prophets are awe-inspiring, like this guy who's looking up and pointing at a skyscraper or a kite while smiling and explaining something to his child. Using a specific ratio of Asian people to black people to women to white men, we want to make sure we represent your needs and interests, or at least a version of your skin color in our ads. Did we put a baby in here? What about an ethnic old man whose wrinkled smile represents the happiness and wisdom of the poor? Yep.
Isn't that great?
Oh wow! And that's obviously the Sam Elliott voice.
Yeah, and also all the images he's describing are actually on the commercial.
Do you know what I realized as far as those voices? Because there are a lot of guys they get to sound like that,
like Sam Elliott,
but more than anybody else, I think the grand poobah of that is people doing commercials with guys that sound like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's amazing to me, and I realized that ship probably has sailed, but I've never done that. There's so many knockoffs of Morgan Freeman.
Yours is so close; it doesn't even start to be like a subtle thing.
Yeah, I probably get the letter.
Yeah, you would get the letter.
I'm sorry, I'm going to sue you.
And I think he has sued.
And he charges.
Yeah.
So you'll have to have like a licensing right if you want to do it.
To sound like him.
Yeah.
So, Mike, and now I know that we've done this guy already this week, but he's been so great. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, wow.
Explaining his character in the movie Sabotage.
Oh, God.
Because you wanted to understand.
Does he say the name of the character?
I don't know if he does. Let's go to the tape and see.
John Walton.
Thank you, Mike.
The movie is basically, it's an action movie. It has great suspense, but we are playing DEA agents. The lead team that infiltrates into drug organizations and cartels. And, because of that, they, of course, hit back. And some of my guys start disappearing and starting.
Oscar, you cannot go to Mexico.
Why is that?
You may get attacked by the cartel. Watch out for the drug cartel.
Cartels.
Cartel. I'll say it again, cartel.
The movie is basically, it's an action movie. It has great suspense. But
it's great suspense. And he goes on and on. And the thing is, they give him 3 segments on the Kelly Show today.
Yeah, the cartel. Watch out for the drug cartel.
He's very old. He's old Arnold. And we leave today. We close. Are you excited about the movie Noah?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Me too.
Russell Crowe, baby.
I love biblical films.
This weekend, opening up Noah, the story of Noah. Ooh. It's an enormous boat, or they call it ark, but it's huge, and it's full of nothing but animals, and the stench. It's like a carnival cruise.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Thursday, everybody.
We got to get out of here. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
That's
Thank you.
better.
Yeah, all right. That's all right. Time capsule. For all technical support questions regarding the Mike O'Mara Show, please contact our man Matthew Bloom, Ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. All correspondence for our show can be sent to TMOS, Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia, 20177. And remember our official TMOS e-voice line open right now at 800-440-8167. We got a great bonus show coming up this week where we will solve all of the world's problems.
Good.
And we'll have a lot of infighting. Should be fabulous. Check that out on our bonus show and get involved in that if you haven't done that. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Whoa, wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara Radio Entertainment.